So for today, of course, you'll need your TRX strap. You will also need a low box if you have one, or a chair, something you don't mind stepping up on. Of course, you can always sub out a different cardio for that if you need. And then if you're on a harder surface, you also might want a mat. We will be doing some groundwork. So really quick, let me go ahead and practice with your straps for just a second. Pulling up on the tabs and pulling down on the metal to shorten, and then vice versa, just pulling down on the metal until your tabs come down to fully lengthen. Just practice lengthening and shortening your straps for just a second, and then go ahead and get them up to mid-length. And you really can't be too rough with the straps, so just go ahead and go for it, okay? Let me grab something real quick. Okay, we're here. We made it. All right, once your straps are at mid-length, we are going to go ahead and get started with our warm-up on the strap. Sorry, we are getting started just a little bit late this morning. It has been a rough one. All right, let's go ahead and stand facing the anchor point with our feet right underneath our hips. We're going to take a hinge first, so little bend in the knees, big bend or big lengthening through the upper body. When you're at the bottom, bend one arm like you're pulling a bow and arrow, kind of like an arch here, and then coming back down and pull the opposite side, and then roll all the way up. Take it really slow, one vertebrae at a time to come to stand. Roll your shoulder blades down and back, and then we come back down in the hinge. We bend and extend at one leg and arm, so we're opening up towards the straight leg on each side, and then roll it nice and slow. Keep these going. Starting to draw the abs in, pushing the hips back, hopefully opening up through the backs of the legs down here at the bottom. And then starting to warm up through the muscles on the back side of the upper body as well. We'll do one more here. If you're just joining us, just your TRX, maybe a mat, and maybe a low box or something that you can step up on. All right, after your next one, go ahead and take a little step back. Swing one leg up and over into a figure four. Take a squat, sink down for just a breath or two. Then you're going to come back up, take that leg right in front, tightrope stretch, and then come down into your hinge yet again. We're going to stay on this side. Figure four squat, sinking down and back, and then coming into a tightrope, heel toeing the feet, and then hinging from there. So we're getting a little bit more into the IT band, a little bit of the piriformis, and the outside of the leg. So notice I have a little bend in my arms on my figure four, and I can still lengthen out from the bottom. If you can't quite get there, you may be too close or too far from your anchor point. You can play around with that. We'll do one more on this side. After that tightrope stretch, go and shake out your legs. Other side, figure four, sink back, hold for a breath or two. Coming up, heel toe and hinge. Still a little bend in the knees, looking down towards your hands. Good. If you feel like you're not quite coming into your figure four enough for a stretch, just take a step back and notice my arms are coming out a little bit longer. You might feel a deeper stretch when you're a little further from your anchor point. Let's do one more on this side. And when you're done with your tightrope stretch, we're going to stand facing away from our anchor point. So flip over. We're going to take a step through, chest open. So with your hands at about shoulder height, you're going to step out away from the anchor point even further, and then step back, and your hands are going to come up to about your forehead height. So make sure that you are close or far enough from your anchor point where you're feeling a full stretch through the front side, through the chest, but also where you can get full range of motion. So if it feels too tight, you likely need to step back towards your anchor point, Or if you're not getting a stretch, you may need to take a step forward. Taking an alternating step forward, starting to draw the abs in. And through your next one, let's go ahead and take a step forward, and then you're going to keep your back heel down on the ground while you stretch out through your shoulders. So your arms are slightly back behind you, chest through your shoulders, back heel down on the ground, and then switch. So we're getting a stretch through the back calf while we open up with the straps in the upper body. Big step forward, back heel on the ground, and then start to engage through your triceps to pull you up to stand and switch your step. Good, a couple more, then we'll run through those one more time before we get started, a little quicker. Let's go ahead and flip over after your next one. And we've got our hinge to those archer pulls. So go ahead and hinge down, bend and extend one leg at a time, and you're opening up towards your longer leg. Squeezing the shoulder blades down and back. Just for 10 more seconds. And once you're even, go ahead and stand up, take a little scoot back. We have our figure four, squeeze it up and over, figure four squat, tight rope stretch into that hinge. Reach forward, and then again, start to engage through the triceps to pull yourself back up. So putting weight down and your palms down into the straps to drag yourself back in. One more on this side. And switch when you're ready. Figure four, same back. Step forward, hinge, little bend in the knees. One more on this side. And then flip over. We have our step through chest opens. So starting with your hands, maybe at about shoulder height. Take a big step through. Maybe you can start a little bit wider or a little bit out further from your anchor point. The second time through, maybe a little looser. There's one more. And then we're going to stretch out through the chest, or sorry, through the shoulders and the triceps. Take that step forward, back heel on the ground, and then drive back up to stand. Big step, back heel down. Good, just about 10 seconds, and then you're going to drop the straps and jog in place or do some butt kickers, jacks, high knees, something like that while I start to explain our workout. Let's do one more. And drop the straps, come into some butt kickers, stay moving, grab some water if you need it. Today's workout, sorry, I don't have the perfect setup today for you to be able to see the board, but that's okay. We're going to go through it all together for the most part anyways. We have 3 mini sets to get us started. Each set has a buy-in. So our buy-in is going to be step-ups, and we're going to come down in our reps each time. So the first time we're here, we have 30 alternating step-ups. 1 equals 1. So stepping all the way up onto your surface and all the way back down, making sure that full foot has contact. You've got 30 altogether. When you're done with those 30, we're going to be working on upper body first. Come to your straps. Let's practice these first. Come into your back plank. Roll your shoulder blades down and back. Bring your palms to face the sky. And then with your elbows high, take a bicep curl, head through the hands, and then rotate so your palms are facing each other. Give yourself a big hug. You can think opposite hand to shoulder. The other one comes underneath the armpit. You're going to do one on each side. That full combination is 1. So you can count out your 1 frontal bicep curl is 1 of 3 of those. You're going to do a hugging on each side. You have 10 of that 3 combination movement. And then we have shoulder press jacks. Come to face away from the anchor point. With your hands just outside of your forehead. You can see it when you look up. And now you can either sorry, this is going to be kind of awkward from the side. You can either take a step out and jack right here through the center, like you're doing a shoulder press with some weight, or you can add a jump to that movement. So shoulder press with jacking legs. Okay, so there you'll have 20 of those. So let's go ahead and get started. We have 6 minutes, starting with your 30 step ups, alternating step ups, 1 equals 1, and then you're gonna hop on the straps, do 20 and 10 for the remainder of your time. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Count out your 30 as quick as you can. I don't know if anyone else is feeling this way, but I'm uncoordinated this morning. I also just came from a really rushed time, so my head is not quite here. If you're feeling that too, use your first set to come into the present moment. You've got an hour to work out, an hour to dedicate to yourself this morning. Try to enjoy it. Once you're done with your 30, you're going into your bicep curl to your hugging curl. Remember, starting in that plank with your palms facing up. You have 1 normal center curl, and then a hugging curl on each side. That's 1. You've got 10. So we're working our biceps. We've also got our chest and triceps and shoulders, working on especially that hugging curl. Think opposite hand to shoulder, the other one comes right underneath towards your rib cage. Tight abs. Ribs close in towards each other and then in towards the hips. Make sure that your hips are not pushing up to your anchor point. They're also not sagging down towards the floor. Tight surfboard body the whole time. Exhaling the body up, inhaling it back down. Now, if that feels like too much, you can always take a stagger stance. So if you're not used to the TRX, pay close attention because where your feet are matters. If you take a step in, you have more body weight to curl up because you have a stronger angle. As you step back, you take out body weight, and you can also stagger stance your feet for something in between. Now, after your 10, go ahead and flip over. You've got your shoulder press back. So with feet together and hands by your shoulders, you're going to push up and over with the arms as you step, or you jack out. You have 20, and then you're back to your biceps. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and together, and push something heavy up overhead. Keep your straps under tension, no slack, no sagging straps, tight. Our buy-in is just that one time there at the front end of our set, and then we're supersetting these 2 movements here that are mostly focused on the upper body. Set 2 will go into lower. About halfway through our time. Get through our sets anywhere from 2 to 4 times, depending on your speed, depending on when you need a rest. Good. Keeping the elbows high to bring your head through your hands on that normal curl, but your elbows also stay high in your hugging curl, about in line with the shoulders. Oh yeah, my biceps are starting to fire up. I hope yours are too. Hopefully you're feeling it through the chest as you give yourself that big hug. Wrapping around from shoulder to shoulder. When you're at your shoulder jacks, you're facing away from your anchor point. Try to get it from the front, get you a different angle on here. So feet together, arms down, and then you step or jump as you press. Great job. Trying to bring some speed into your jacks if you can. We have just over 60 seconds before we take a little rest and transition into our lower body. Let's move well, move quickly, trying to minimize the transitions and get in as many reps as we can here. Remember, you can always change your feet. That's the beauty of TRX. So if you're at your last time here, we're all probably at our last time at these curls and you feel like you can give more, you take a step in, deepen your angle. If you're getting tired, you take a stagger stance or take a step back. Great job, ladies. Coming up on our 20-second marker, I'm going to finish out with my jacks here. 20 seconds. Here we go. Then we'll take a little rest. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little rest if you want it. If not, stay at a jog in place. We just have about 30 seconds before we start practicing our movements for set 2. This time we only have 20 step-ups. If you want to take that into a box jump, you're more than welcome. So 20 is our buy-in. And then we've got 5 on each side of a pistol to a single leg hinge. Watch me first. Pistol is a single leg squat. So you can be balanced or heel down. Single leg squat to a single leg hinge. 5 on each side. Let's go ahead and practice that one together. Find your balance with some soft arms, little natural bend in the elbows. Your other leg can be out, tapping down for balance. And then you're going to take that hinge, little bend in the knee, reaching out. Try 1 or 2 on each side. Pistol to single leg hinge. When we're here in the work, it's 5 on each side. And then we've got 10 rotational squat hops. So go ahead and come down into a squat. Option 1 is to bring your hip towards the anchor point and then come back down into your squat. It's going to be a quick pivot, tap, pivot, tap. Option 2 is to add a hug. You've got 10, 2 equals 1. So really 20 there, okay? Let's get our 6 minutes started on that box. We have 20 step ups or box jumps in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Same 6 minutes as last time. But this time we have less of a buy-in and then we're getting into low body work. Remember, full foot up onto the surface, no heels hanging off the back. And then do your best to keep your chest up tall and fighting the urge to come over the knees to get yourself up. Try to stay tall. After your 20, you've got 5 on each side at that pistol to single leg hinge. Weight through the heels on that pistol like you're trusting a chair. Sink the hips down and then hinge. Find your balance and try to keep your hips pointed both down on that hinge. Try not to open up towards that leg. Keep the hips squared down to the floor. Just 5 on each leg. Maybe try to challenge the depth of your squat knowing you just have 5 on each leg. Make sure your knee's not buckling in. You're pressing it out And if this pistol ever becomes too much, you just take a double leg squat to a double leg hinge, or a double leg squat to a single leg hinge. When you're at your rotational squat hops, 10, 2 equals 1, you can squat and then pivot quick up onto the balls of the feet, or you can add the hop. Light hands, tight abs. When you're done with those 10, you're back to your pistol, the single leg hinge. Good. Use the straps to help you in the depths of your movement, but also do your best to drive as much of the movement from the lower body as you can, and really just try to use the straps for balance. This is a great movement. We're working the front and back side of the legs, while we also get our core, our glutes, and all those little stabilizing muscles on that single leg work. We're over halfway through our time. Make sure to keep breathing, inhaling down from the movement and exhaling to stand. Remember, you take a rest when you need. No built-in to these small sets. So you need to grab a little sip of water and catch your breath when your body needs it. And if not, you're working that whole time. We are 4 minutes in, 2 to go. Woo! My legs are starting to feel it. I hope you're there too. Great job, ladies. If you're on live and you have any questions, always feel free to unmute yourself or ask in the chat, and I'll do my best to see it. Great job, you guys. We're coming up on our minute mark. Our set 3 will be putting it all together. So we'll be adding steps in the lower and the upper body. 60 seconds to go. Maybe if you finish your rotational hops and are heading to your pistol to single leg hinge, you just alternate from here on out. "30 seconds. How do you want to finish? Cardio or strength? Up to you. We'll have that little rest afterwards. 15. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Little sip of water. Just about 30 seconds before we get going into the last little part of our first round. Our buy-in this time is only 10. So if you can, maybe go for your more explosive movement, your box jumps, or you could do 2 equals 1 on your step-ups if you're really quick. Now let's go ahead and practice this split stand squat with a low V fly. So what we're going to do is stagger stand with the feet, bring the palms to face the anchor point down at your hips. So you should already feel the backs of the arms engaged in this position. And then your feet are about hip width distance apart. You're going to come into a squat like your arms relaxed as you stand. pull with the upper and lower body. So your knee, your back knee is coming towards your front heel, okay? So you're relaxing the arms when you're down, and then you come up, explode through the front leg, and then through the triceps. Try a couple on the other side. Make sure that your hands are at about your hips and your palms are facing your anchor point. That's how we're gonna get your tricep work here. Back knee towards the heel, the front heel. Arms relaxed. We stand, shoot the hips up. And then we're gonna flip around, put the straps in between your body and your arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades down and together. Have your hands right by your rib cage, and you've got running man. So you can step or you can jump. You're gonna do 10, 2 equals 1, so 20 there as well. Let's get our 6 minutes started with those 10 alternating step-ups or box jumps in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We've got 10. Last time we're at this movement, your step or your jump. Great job. Hang in there, get those 10 reps in. Even if you need to rest in between, get all 10 in, and then you're setting up on your straps. You've got 5 on each side. Hands by your hips, palms facing the anchor point. Already engaged through the triceps. Then come down, relax arms, push and pull arms and legs. 5 on each side. We inhale down, lower body relaxes, and then exhale, up, hips through hands. Switch when you've got 5 on each side. You have that little stagger behind so that that back knee's coming to the heel, the front heel. Oh yeah, my triceps are already feeling it. If not, again, make sure that they're maybe even slightly back behind the body and that your palms are facing in the right direction. And then you've got 20 in total of that running man. You tuck the straps in between the body and arms, squeeze the shoulder blades back and together. Run or walk. This is what that walking option looks like. Now keep those going. But if you are having wrist pain, a lot of people dig in this way into the straps, rotate so that your knuckles are facing forward. After those 20, then you're back to your split squat with that low V club. So make sure you're setting up correctly. Little stance forward and back, relaxed arms, pull triceps. And then we're gonna squeeze the muscles in that front leg and the back glute. Come up, pop the hips to the hands. Just 5 on each side. Inhale down, exhale up. Tight abs, right? The whole time we're getting abs all the way through this TRX workout. After 5 on each side, 10, 2 equals 1. Now make sure again that you're not trying to hold yourself up with your hands really low, down by the rib cage. And then of course, as you come up taller, that's less body weight than when you come down low. Great job. Halfway through, 3 minutes in, 3 to go. Take your time to set up, make sure it's perfect, and then head down. See, notice I have almost no, like I'm really just using the straps for balance when I'm heading down, and then I'm pulling them up to pop up with the triceps. And of course, if you're doing this one later, or you can't ask questions, if this is not working for you, you can always try to separate the movement. So you can always just try that low V fly with the staggered stance, and then do a couple lunges. Make the workout your own. If you're not able to do exactly what I'm doing, that's okay, but don't stop moving. Good, 2 minute mark. around with your ankle. Maybe you have more to get and you can get closer down to the ground. Maybe you're losing steam and you need to come up taller. Great job, you guys. Come on, equal effort on that split stance squat to low V fly. Split it equally between that front leg, back glute, and triceps. Using the breath. Exhale up, inhale down. We're getting a little sneaky biceps in there too, as we kind of hover ourselves off the ground, right? 60 seconds. Finishing your set how you want. Maybe you want to keep going at some strength. Maybe you want to go for that burst of cardio. We're at about 45 seconds. Coming up on the longer rest. We've got 30 seconds. Keep it up, Allison. Come on, ladies. Hang in there. Almost at that towel and water. 10, 9. Stop. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Grab little sips of water. Keep the chest up tall. And we are going into our round 2. Where we're really focusing on cardio and abs today. So this is where you'll want that map if you're on a hard ground. What we're going to be doing is alternating in between a ground core movement with or without the straps, and then a cardio movement either on or off the strap. So go ahead and get ready with your straps at mid-calf, meaning that you'll need to lengthen them just a little bit so that the bottom foot cradle is at your, right in the middle of your shin. So pulling on that metal, getting that bottom semicircle to about halfway between the knee and the ankle. So our first one I'm going to show you down on the ground. You can get your feet in lots of different ways. One of the easiest ones is to come onto your back, to take the bottom foot cradle into 2 fingers on each hand, and then to bring the knees up and over, in, so that your feet are down or your heels are down in the straps. Oh my gosh, sorry, I just showed the wrong one. My bad. Cruncher pike, we're gonna be flipping over onto our back or onto our bellies facing the floor. Oh my gosh, you guys, words and everything are apparently really difficult this morning. We have a crunch or a pike. So what you can do from your front plank here, feet in the straps, you can go knees into chest, or you can go hips up over shoulders. If neither of those work for you, you can work on your plank to down dog without the strap or with your hand on the box. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that one out. Our first of 2 times today. So maybe try a couple in the strap, and if that doesn't work for you, you can kick your feet out and do it on the ground. Here we go. We've got about 45 seconds. I'll show those to you again. We lock out. We go heels back, and then knees to chest or hips up to shoulders. Okay. And if that one doesn't work, get rid of them. Work on your plank to down dog on the ground, or put your feet or your hands up on the box. Good. We've got about 20 more seconds. And hopefully your feet are not dragging on the ground. If they are, your straps need to come up just a little bit. Good. We've got 10 seconds. We're just going to hang out without the strap. Show these again. Inhaling back and exhaling forward in that plank if you're on the strap for 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and come up onto your feet. We've got our box for our cardio movement. We're going to do 10 box toe taps in total. Step or jump, tapping the toe to the box, and then stepping back, jumping frogger, 10. And then we've got 1 frogger, 10. Okay, 45 seconds. Here we go. Just 10 in total, really quick. Then you go hands down, step or jump back, step or jump in, stand, and get back into your taps. 10 of those taps to one frogger. One really quick, shallow frogger with your hands elevated. 15 seconds. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We're back onto the straps. This time our head is going to be towards the anchor point. So you can either get your head right underneath your anchor point or slightly out if you're on a wall or a door. Hopefully you can still see me here. We've got our hands out long. Now we're going to bring our knees into chest, hips up off the floor, control the way down, using your abs and your arms. Push down into the straps, and then control with the triceps and the abs to come down. If you want a little bit more, straighten out your legs and slow down that drop. Great job. Try to let your shoulders relax from your ears, keeping the arms straight-ish and putting a lot of weight down into the hands. We're getting shoulders, triceps, and that full abdominal wall here. Come on, control, slow down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time to stand. This time our cardio is on the straps. We're going to be facing the anchor point. Your arms are going to come into a W. Your elbows down, your hands up by your shoulders. You can step, make a big X for a big star, or you can jump. Straps stay under tension. Let's get after it. 45 seconds. So you're going to start elbows in, hands up, and then step or jump. Good. We're getting shoulders, back, outer thighs, cardio and core, a little bit of it all. Keep working. This one's hard, I know. If it becomes too hard, drop the straps and do it without. Good. We've got 10, 9, last 3, 2, 1. Good. Come back down onto the floor. We've got stir the pot. Our last strength movement here in this round. So we're going to hit that same high plank in the straps, and then we're going to curl the knees around, making a circle, and then opposing it. So you're going to go one each direction. And if that one doesn't work, then you're going to do some oblique crunches off or some skiers. So you're going to come off to the side, stepping to each side on or off the box, okay? So we're all still getting obliques and a bit of that shoulder and chest engagement too. 45 seconds, here we go. Stir the pot. We've got a strong plank, heels back into the handles, and then we alternate the direction of the circle. Good. If you want to try one more variation, maybe easier, maybe harder, but you can be on your forearms and bring the hips up to make that circle happen. Great job, you guys. This one's no joke. Maybe do a couple, take a rest, pop back in. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and take your feet out. Last cardio movement will be with the box. We're going to go lateral step over. Step up and over to a partial squat rest on the ground, high plank, frogger, step or jump. Or if you need the box, then you just flip in towards it. Playing frogger, you can step and turn. Okay, 45 seconds. Here we go. Lateral step over. Hands to the floor or the box. Partial squat thrust. Lateral step or hop. You can also hop if you can get your knee tucked up and in, land soft. Halfway. Good job, you guys. 15 seconds, and we're gonna take a little rest. Stay with me. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 30 seconds. And then we've got that lift one more time, and we're done. 30 seconds. Little sips of water. Start thinking about those movements, what you're going to try for your last 45 in each one of these. This is how we'll end it today. Let's go ahead and get set up. We've got feet in the straps for our crunch to pike. And of course, you can do it on the floor or on your surface too. All right, we'll get started here real quick. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Crunch or pike. 45 seconds is the last time. You can also try this one on your forearms too. You can do that. Crunch. The pike's a little bit more challenging, but you can lift the hips up into the air if you want to be on your forearms. Totally catching myself with the camera. Make sure you're not allowing your shoulders to come way up your fingertips or way back. Try to be stacked. 15 seconds. Come on, last time. Get in one more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Kick your feet out. We've got that box toe tap to Frogger. 10 and 1. In 3, 2, 1. 45. Cardio burst. Let's work. Come on, quick on the balls of your feet like you're on a trampoline and you're just barely hanging out on the floor. Halfway. Good job, you guys. Keep it up, Allison. 10 seconds. Go, go, go. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Head towards your anchor point. We've got those rollovers. Again, if your setup is on the wall or on the door, you're going to want to scoot out from that surface just a little bit. Lengthen the arms. Pull them down, knees to chest. Then lift the hips, keeping the knees bent or straighten them out, and control down. The sweet stuff is on the way down. Make that as slow as you can. Shoulders no relax from the ears, yes. We're using the shoulders, but mostly the triceps. Pulling down on that strap. And then lots of lower abs. Control, control, control for 10, 9, 4, 3, 2, 1. Onto our feet, we've got those W jacks. So again, to set up, tight straps, elbows in towards the obliques, hands up by the shoulders. From here, from this W, already squeezing through the mid-back. Step, make an X, or jump. 45, here we go. Straps stay tight. You punch a heavy object up and over the head and then pull it down. Ribs in towards each other, then down towards the hips. Remember, you can always get rid of the straps too. It is super hard with the straps. down. Woo. Back's on fire. Come on, last time here. Third to last movement for 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. Last core movement down on the floor. We've got that stir the pot. Feet in the straps. Or if you're working without the straps, you can take it into a steer or other oblique work. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 45 seconds. Last time with the straps today. What do you give it? Halfway. No shame in resting, just in stopping. Not actually shaming you stop, but try to just rest and then come back into it for 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it out, grab on your box. Last 45 seconds. We've got that lateral step over to our partial squat thrust. In 3, 2, 1. Here it is. Remember, you can try that top. You can get your knees up and in like a touch-up. Halfway. 20 seconds, and we stretch. Don't give up. You're worth every second of this work you are. Last 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Grab some water. Great job, you guys. A little bit of water. We'll stretch in about 30 seconds. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and take one strap. So you can just drop the other one, or you can put it in single handle mode if you need. We're going to stand facing sideways from the anchor point. Your inside arm has the strap. Give us a second to get there. Sideways to your anchor point, inside arm has that strap. Now we're going to flip around, make a semicircle, move away from your anchor point. Let your hand come to your back. Your palm now is facing back behind you. And then you're going to drop your head towards the anchor point. So you're getting the outside neck, trap, external shoulder. If you're not feeling it, you may need to be stepped further from your anchor point. If you can't get that range of motion, step closer. Hold and breathe. Just about 20 seconds here. You can also use your other hand to give yourself a little neck massage. Come up by the neck, the nape of your neck, or down and towards your traps. One more breath. Then gently unwind the body, moving again away from the anchor point, back to your start, and then flip around. So you're still sideways from the anchor point. This time the other arm has that strap. And then we're going to turn away from the anchor point. Hand comes behind the back. Your palm is facing back behind you. So again, from the side, hand down, facing the anchor. Then we rotate away, hand comes to the back. And then you can bring your head again towards the anchor point. Use this other hand to massage if you want. Maybe closing your eyes, enjoying the heart rate coming down, enjoying the accomplishing hard work today. Couple more breaths. Again, you can play around with where you're massaging, and I love that like nape of the neck, kind of the hairline area. And then you can kind of follow that muscle down into the trap. And when you feel good there, let's go ahead and gently unwind, coming to stand, flipping away from the anchor point, grab onto your other strap. We're gonna find a back plank, but a really shallow one. So usually when we find a back plank, it's something like this. Stand up pretty tall with your hands at your shoulder height, and then hinge your hips back, little to no bend in your knees. You're gonna like sandwich your body, being your body. So you should feel your shoulder blades being like pulled away from you. And this time you can let your shoulders come up towards your ears, and you can let your head drop so that you're looking maybe to the knees or through your legs. I'm gonna run us through that one more time. If you found your spot, stay there. So you've got a pretty shallow back plank, hands at about your shoulder height. And then you're gonna hinge your hips back, coming down low, slow, folding the body. If you don't feel it from where you are, you may need a step forward, you may need a deeper angle. But if you can't get down very far, then you're gonna wanna step away from your anchor point. Couple more breaths, letting the shoulder blades separate. And when you're ready, gently come up by rolling through the tailbone first, coming mid back, and then all the way up at the top, maybe adding a little back arch at the top. And then you can release your straps, come down to the floor for our last couple stretches. We're gonna come to find a seat. Bring your hands to your knees or maybe to the backs of the knees. You're gonna start up really tall on the inhale, and then exhale, round out through the back, look towards the pelvis. Again, separating through the shoulder blades and thinking about reaching your tailbone or scooping your tailbone up towards the belly button. And going with your breath, inhaling up, stacking the shoulders on tops of the hips, rolling the shoulder blades down and back. And then exhale, curve through the spine, look towards the pelvis. Couple more breaths. And when you're ready, come all the way down onto your back. We're going to take our right knee up, left leg's going to extend. Go ahead and take your right knee in your left hand, and then bring that knee towards your left shoulder. So you're barely crossing the body. You should feel it through the IT and maybe a little bit of the piriformis or that outside glute and thigh area. Relaxing the shoulders from the ears, softening the belly. You don't need to keep it tight anymore. With every exhale, seeing if you can bring it just a tad bit closer. Wondering how you can enjoy this last little bit of time before re-entering your day and getting into the holidays. Maybe making a game plan along the lines of what we talked about yesterday, which I'll go over again briefly. Let's go ahead and switch our legs. Gently come all the way extended, and you can kind of do a pitter patter with your knees to release, and then bring your left leg up into your right hand, and then gently cross the body, or smallly cross the body. You're going left knee towards the right shoulder. So yesterday I just briefly talked about a couple things that you can focus on during the holidays. One is to hydrate. I know you hear it all the time from us and everyone else, but it is so important. So think about how you can be doing that, whether it's warm water in tea or infusing it or carrying it around your water bottle. Try to do that. It helps with your emotions, your energy, your nutrition, your sleep, everything. So if there's one thing that you do, I hope it is get enough water. Let's go ahead and bring that knee to the outside of the body, and then bring the right leg up so that you're in this straddle position. knees outside of the body. And if you want to hold onto your feet and make it a happy baby, you can do that too. So that's the first piece. Your other one is movement. I know you may or may not be busy at this time of this round of the holidays, but either which way it's going to be different. So just come up with something that you can actually accomplish, whether that is an hour workout every day or every other day, or if it's as simple as a 5-minute walk or a little play date at the park, whatever it is. Try to get your movement in and then enjoy what you are eating. Be mindful about what you're eating and pick the foods that you actually like. There is no obligation to have things even if someone made them for you. So choose the things that you really like. Say no thank you to the rest. And when you're eating it, really enjoy it. I hope that helps. Feel free to hang out right there and stretch a little bit longer. It is 10 o'clock for the top of your hour, so if you need to get going, then I will see you another time. I'm going to go ahead and stop our streams. And if you have any questions, let me know. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. See you later. Bye, Allison.